Heavy rains and pop-up thunderstorms. Well, it's been our lives, folks. Been relentless through June and out July. Just when you think we're in the clear, they pop up again like today, like right here off in the distance over Crescent Hill. This is from early this afternoon, this view.
Yeah, and so powerful, the National Weather Service at 2:30 issued a special weather statement for the East End for wind, hail, and possible flooding. Can't wait to get home and see what happened. Meteorologist John Gordon is the former head of the National Weather Service here in Louisville.
Of course, he's now our contributor with the WHS 11 Weather Impact Team. So, John, you've been around for a while. This is quite the lengthy pattern, as Mallory's telling us, going to possibly last through the month of July. Is this unusual?
It's very unusual. We've had flash flooding day after day after day. We've had Davenport, Iowa, Washington, D.C., Boston, Raleigh, North Carolina, major flash flooding across the country, Texas. This is the thing in Texas, it's happened before. Just like in eastern Kentucky 3 years ago, it's happened before. So you have to have a frame of reference. There's a reason those houses are on stilts.
Well, why do we seem to be getting so much, though, right now? It seems like we're just hit and hit.
It does. It's very pesky. Gulf of Mexico is open. Everyone's hot and humid, unpleasant, right? We went through those storms today. I went through that earlier today. It was quite unpleasant. And these flash floods have been causing havoc across the country. And the one thing I really want to hit is, please turn around, don't drown. There's video after video after video of people driving foolishly with water up to their windows, which is insane.
You've been asked this over the years to help people with weddings and swim meets this kind of year. How should people plan for this? Because like today, I saw this scenario. Bright sunshine in front of me, but thunderstorms off to the right, dark clouds, and not a bit of rain where I was standing. You can't plan.
Very problematic for sporting events, for weddings. Mallory's telling everyone 50, 60% chance, which it is 50%, 60% chance, which means the other places are not getting it. It's very problematic. In the hours between 2 and about 8 every day for the foreseeable future, there's going to be storms, and it's very problematic for the planners.
It seems so much worse than what we've seen in years past, right?
Totally true. Usually there's this big area of high pressure that sits over the Ohio Valley and suppresses. We call it a lid. There's a layer of warm air that protects us from thunderstorms. That is not happening right now.
Is this a direct result, though, of climate change, that our climate is much different? I mean, living here in Louisville all of my life, I mean, I've even noticed, we used to have rounds in the summertime, and then, of course, August would always be our drought month, but this seems so different now.
Yeah, we are definitely warmer, and when we're warmer than we were 30, 40 years ago, there's just a little bit, but it makes a little bit of difference to have that much moisture in the atmosphere. When you have more moisture, you have more fuel, and these storms are slow movers, and it's not good what happens, like in Texas.
Yeah, and just a lot of hilly areas are becoming, disaster areas.
Yeah, eastern Kentucky, the thing that happened in Texas, it can happen here. Eastern Kentucky, the same exact thing happened. Same thing happened.
So we have major creeks that you need to worry about. You've got Harrods Creek, you've got Beargrass Creek, which runs through the heart of the city. And those come out of their banks, and they really are in a lot of neighborhoods and subdivisions.
Doug, you remember 2009, the big flash flood in Louisville? Beargrass Creek went nuts. The one I really think about that's similar to Texas is the Elkhorn Creek near Frankfort. If they were to get the kind of rain that they got in Texas, they would get 20 foot of water in that canyon. It would not be good.
Wow.
So once again, if you want to tell people the best advice, I guess they're just going to spend a little money. And if you want an outdoor event, plan for it, but also have an alternative, John?
Pay attention, have an alternative plans. Mallory will tell you, have indoor plans. Just remember, the two big things I can tell you this segment, turn around, don't drown, and wet lanes, don't hydroplane. We have too many people getting injured and killed from hydroplaning as well.
Well, what's impressed you about these rainfall totals? Why are they so amazing when they come for just a brief time?
Two big things. We have slow-moving storms, and the other big thing is there's more moisture this year because the Gulf of Mexico is completely open. By the way, the Gulf may have a little tropical depression here in the next day or so that may come in near to Florida and Mississippi.
Wow.
How are you staying dry?
I love fall.
Are you staying dry?
I love fall. I love fall. I always tell everyone, move the Derby to fall. It will never rain in October.
But now fall seems to be all out of whack.
October.
For
Go to the bank with October.
Right.
Best month of the year.
You heard it here. All right. And John, I mean, I feel like, too, people are going to start paying a little bit more attention as we were getting these alerts. For a while there, they weren't. I mean, I've talked to people who said, oh, I don't know why this was going to be canceled today, just because they really weren't paying attention to the weather. They've got to pay attention to the weather.
Pay attention to the weather. And I'll just say this, Mallory will nod her head, is there's all these weather apps out there. They will not protect your life. They are built on computer models 12 hours old. Pay attention to the good source of Mallory is always updating the forecast here at HS. Pay attention. Weather's changing.
So you have a lot of recreation. I mean, millions and millions of dollars built on this. Just think, we're talking Lake Cumberland. Up in the Ohio River Basin here in Louisville, you have all these marinas. People love to go out on the Ohio River, way up to Oldham County. You've got restaurants. They really don't know how to plan, and their business is being impacted.
Absolutely. Between the hours of 2 and 10 every night, you should have a plan. If you're out on the water, you see threatening skies, get off the water. What's the tallest object on the water, folks? You are. Get off the water. These boaters get so mad at me when I talk to the troops. They always get mad at me. But if you hear thunder when thunder roars, go indoors.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because if there's anything scary, it's being out on the lake when a storm is coming. You do not want to be there.
Well, I love these sayings. I haven't heard that one a lot. When you hear thunder when thunder roars, go indoors.
True, yeah.
Okay, good job.
You got it now.
John Gordon, okay, and our team.